Blue collar boy.
Yeah. Kev, your helmet. Oh man, I took one today. Then I almost got a concussion right afterwards.
Bro, the last thing I thought he was going to do was take a charge. I was just standing there.
2 down on this trip. I thought we were smart offensively in the second half, but we held them to 43 points.
Great.
43. It's hard to lose when you hold teams like that on the road. All right? Great job. All right, come on.
Family on 3, 1, 2, 3.
We look at James Harden, Kevin Durant being the centerpieces of this group, but there are so many new pieces that it was going to take a little bit of time. And overall, I think for Brooklyn, creating the chemistry, getting the cohesion, but also finding a level of consistency, regardless of here at home or when you are away.
We're not making sweet music yet. You know, you got to double down on those little details and the discipline and simple things, getting back, getting matched, boxing out. Little things like that that allow you a chance to stay in the game.
Patty Mills, absolutely the perfect guy for them. Unafraid of stuff, knows who he is, great teammate.
And I think he's going to be a lot of fun to watch because he's going to be that energy guy that they need to win some ball games.
I think over time, understanding the big picture here, you know, new team, new faces, new everything, whatever you want to say. Big picture is we want to be the last team standing. This is the journey that's going to take to get us there. So fix all the fine line details in between, but this is always forward moving and eliminate the backward steps, I would say.
You know, I come from a very long way away, a remote island in Australia. So at a young age, I was, you know, going around the island singing, you know, spread love, it's the Brooklyn way, and not really understanding what the hell that phrase meant. To now, you know, fast forward and I have the opportunity to not only feel what that means, but an opportunity to also spread it, you know, as a member of the Brooklyn Nets, something that I'm very passionate about. Leading up to free agency was a very extraordinary circumstance in the sense that it was right in the middle of the Olympic Games. And for me, playing for Australia, representing Australia and trying to get our first ever Olympic medal, I was in the trenches. My head was buried in that focus and that mindset of trying to achieve something that our country has never done before. To be able to balance that up with free agency and make one of the biggest decisions that I've ever made in my basketball career and leave San Antonio to come to Brooklyn, it was very exciting. At the end of the day, you know, continuing to learn and develop for me was number one, and to do that by not only the guys on the team, but the coaching staff and around the organisation. And then you have the purpose, right? You're walking into an environment that's hungry and eager to win a championship. And for me to enter this environment already with that purpose, I think is something that's really fulfilling with me. I had a lot of support, especially my wife, to be able to start a new chapter and start a new life here in Brooklyn, you know, with the mindset, obviously, of winning a championship.
Patty obviously is a championship player. I think he's an incredible lift to our culture, just being the type of character he is, the personality he has.
Professionalism, just a true pro, through and through. Just how he approaches his craft every day is inspiring to anybody.
A big part of me being here was my conversations with Kevin. I've been fortunate enough to learn from Tim Duncan, Manu Ginobili and Tony Parker and Coach Popovich for a long time now, so to be able to have those basketball conversations with him, I really enjoy it.
You know, he had a challenging journey to make the NBA, as I recall, and to see him just overcome and get better year after year is a really rewarding thing to watch.
When I first met Patty, he was, you know, quiet dude, and slowly he became one of the most energetic teammates that, you know, we had in that team.
I remember guarding him when he was on the Spurs, and it was hell. He comes out, screens extremely fast, and still can shoot the ball 100 miles an hour. So, just a great player, a great dude to have.
Oh man, every team I've been on, he's been on, which is kind of crazy when you think about it.
Yeah, I can't get rid of the guy. Been trying to shake him for 12 years of my NBA career now. You know, to have a familiar face for me in the locker room is definitely helpful. You know, and I know he's been through a lot to be able to get back here. Just to see him sitting in the locker room was very pleasing.
He studies the game a lot. He pays attention in every detail of the game. The way he shoots, how he moves, the footwork.
He's a winner, you know, he just brings a great feel to the game without the ball. Defensively, you know, he makes our team communicate better.
One of the great things he does is brings a team together, loves his team, loves his teammates.
We need a guy like him for the locker room, for the court, you know, the way he played, the passion that he played, his ability to score, you know, to open the court for us as a shooter, and the energy that he brings. I think it is crucial for us right now, what he's doing for this team.
Anyone in there, Abby?
Friends? Are there friends in there?
Brooklyn in particular is a melting pot, and in a unique way, it's able to make everyone feel at home no matter where you come from. So I think given someone like us that come from a small community but a very rich background, it's important to us that the feeling that we've had since being here in Brooklyn, you know, warm welcome with open arms, which has felt great for both of us. The culture of Brooklyn with the music, the arts, the food, the people, very distinct at the end of the day. You know, Brooklyn is the name that you're wearing on the front of the jersey, and that's who you're representing. So to be able to fully and truly understand who you're representing, I think is a starting point.
We definitely love to check out the coffee scene. So we've been to a bunch of different coffee shops. That's been a lot of fun for us. And art definitely brings people together.
A big part in us coming here is enjoying those things that this place has to offer.
We're going to a bakery, Burke Street Bakery, and we're going to cook some Australian dishes. I'm obviously very well skilled at almond knives and forks.
Do you know what those are?
So my skills will be tested today.
We're people that like to get amongst the community. I guess we're both very people's people, and find out as well, you know, what the community is all about. You can imagine over time, once we walk the streets and we meet people in restaurants and small businesses and having these conversations, that fuels the passion tank for me, and at the end of the day, that's what comes out on the court.
This guy is a pro's pro.
It's a great energy in the building already, and I think we have one of those crowds that we can definitely feed off when we need to, when they're in the game. And I think that blue-collar mentality of how we play, I think it seems like the crowd enjoys.
The drive, what a contact, it's an offensive foul. Put on your boots, put on your hard hat, do the dirty work.
There was a little thing going with Blake and Joe Harris about blue-collar boys and being able to play that way, taking charges and diving on loose balls and being scrappy, you know, all the 1%er little things that can help the team win and be infectious in a positive way. And I heard him talking about it, and I was like, I want to be a part of this little thing that you guys got going on here.
Grady asked me about Patty.
Oh, getting it? What'd you say? Yeah.
I said it's pending.
We need a few more days. Didn't make a decision tonight.
So I took the charge the other night, and Blake told me that he passed the initiation. So put on the hard helmet and the steel cap boots, and was happy to join the club.
Patty, actually, Joe and I decided today, we had to push the decision, but today, Patty Mills is officially a BCB member.
I was worried for a second there they had the wrong email address or something because I hadn't got anything in my inbox. You know, when in a serious way, I think we're starting to find a little bit of identity on that end of the floor. And the rest of the guys feed off that energy, and it can be infectious that way. Kevin goes and takes a charge as well.
Put my hard hat on in the locker room after the game, so I did one of these. And I feel like I'm a part of the crew, him and Patty.
We noticed and we appreciate Kevin's commitment to taking a charge. I don't know if he knows the application process takes a while. While we do like him as a prospect, it's no easy way to get into the Blue Collar Boys Club.
It kind of resembles the hard-working, sort of blue-collar rawness of the borough. We do it in a fun way, and it kind of gets us going. And there's also, you know, a lot of meaning there for the city.
We've pushed them to not just to play the way we've envisioned that this team has to play to be successful, but to learn to play together. They've been, I think, better at attacking early, of being spaced, of understanding our principles, and I think an identity is forming. Guys are engaged with that vision, and that makes me proud that their level of care and will to try to implement what we're asking has been outstanding.
We have a long season to figure it out, and we're preparing for once we get to the postseason that all that will come together, and we know each other like the back of our hands, and we're ready for a great push. So we're going to use these games to improve, get better, and build confidence in one another. That's what it's about.
Nothing will be handed to us on a silver platter. We've got pieces to the puzzle. At the end of the day, we've got to piece the puzzle together and make sure we find ways to make it work. So for me to make an impact, not only in the locker room, but on the floor in a positive way, and continue the positive reinforcements, the good vibes, I like to call it. I always believe, whether it's with basketball or off the court, that unity is a very strong thing that can bring a lot of people together to achieve something greater than ourselves. At the end of the day, we're a part of something bigger. We're a part of the Nets organization. We're a part of this great sport in basketball, and being able to bring people together, I think, all plays into this part of positivity and good energy when it comes to trying to win a championship.